Kevin Duffy here of MassLive. I'm joined today by Greg Bedard of Boston Sports Journal, awesome new site in the Boston market. Greg, thank you for coming on. We are both down here in at the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia to watch the Patriots and Texans joint practice. Second session wrapped up today. They're done. They will go through a walkthrough tomorrow, fly down to Houston and play in a preseason game Saturday. Greg, what were the takeaways from this two-day session and today specifically?
Well, for me, the big thing was I thought the Patriots, especially on offense, were pretty sloppy yesterday. And I think there was evidence in that we saw how Brady reacted. I mean, he was pissed off. He was frustrated at times. And, you know, knowing the Patriots, they probably went back to the hotel last night and had a really rough film session where Belichick probably laid into them. And I looked for them to respond today, and I think that they did. I thought that they were much sharper. I think that the first day, I thought the Texans, you could make the argument that the Texans kind of worked over the Patriots yesterday.
I thought they easily won the day yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't just they won the day. They were pushing the Patriots around. Like Nate Ebner, LaShawn Daniels, like ended up on their backside, you know, in drills yesterday.
All from the same guy on Houston. Avery Williams, some undrafted free agent.
Yeah, that kid was
beating up on them in special teams. But yeah, I thought the O-line play today was a little better. And one thing that was I found kind of interesting is the guy who killed him yesterday was Whitney Merciless, and he got his today too because he was going against Cam Fleming. Nate Solder's been hurt. Adrian Waddle was not at practice today, so Tony Garcia's been hurt. Cam Fleming was really their only left tackle. One thing they did was in 11-on-11s they really used a running back to basically stand behind Fleming and not even to go out for a route and chip a blocker, but to absorb Merciless and just kind of impede him on his path to Brady. Thought it was noteworthy because that's something that you would do schematically in a game, and you saw them do it in practice. So I just, especially considering they play these guys in week 3, I don't know if that's something that they'll consider doing when they play them.
I mean, I definitely think that's something that they had to do because I think on one of the first snaps, I think Brady got sacked when Cam Fleming gave up a sack, and then I think after that they were basically like, let's just throw all the resources we can at blocking the right end because Cam cannot handle them one-on-one. And so, you know, I thought that helped. We didn't see as many sacks yesterday. I think I counted like 6 or 7 yesterday, maybe a couple today. So I thought that was good. I think another thing that we talked about before, one of the things that jumped out to me that was a bit of a surprise was Trevor Bates, the kid from Maine. He grew up in Maine. He went to the University of Maine. He really got a lot of run today with the first team at times, and he really converted on his opportunity. I remember there were 2 back-to-back plays, one where he covered he carried the tight end up the seam and then dropped into zone coverage and got in the way, deflected a ball, and then on the next snap, he blitzed and completely blew up the running back and had a snap.
I remember that. He ran right over Deontay Foreman, who is a pretty big, you're talking about a 240-pound back. And I think he had another pressure at another point too. So he was very impressive. Haven't seen a lot of him working with the first team, but there's an opportunity there because I don't think Landon Roberts has had a particularly strong camp, and John Freeney you can lump in there. There might be a linebacker spot for the taking, and if he continues to show like that, maybe he gets it. And
especially a linebacker that can cover a little bit, because I think one of the other big things that we saw today that kind of jumped out was David Harris was in man coverage against the running backs a few times, and he could not handle them. So that's a big problem. And Trevor Bates is a kid who's got really good feet, good athletic ability, surprisingly good power, you know, for a young kid. And so, you know, you put all those things together, and he, you know, I think he's in the mix for one of these final spots. And he's also done a lot on special teams, which he's going to have to do to make this team.